For many in Irving, when you hear the name Alexis Jones, the first few words that come to mind are basketball, success, and All-American. For a large number of girls basketball fans in the state of Texas, Jones is a household name. A state championship in 2011, a McDonald's All-American, and perhaps one of the most dominant in Texas girls basketball history, Jones is no stranger to even the most casual prep fan. But her story of struggle that's led to triumph, well, that story, it just may be. It was a cold and icy Easter weekend 5 years ago when Jones, along with her father, brother, and a few teammates, were en route from Midland to Dallas for AAU practice. Now at the time, Jones was merely a talented 7th grader who grew fond of the game of basketball from her father. But as the vehicle traveled over a patch of black ice, David Jones lost control of the vehicle and flipped a few times. And so did the future of everyone in the car.
The accident had happened and we all left or whatever, and my dad was still in the car at the time. Didn't nobody know what had happened yet. But when he realized that he couldn't feel nothing and he couldn't move, it was the first time I ever seen my dad cry.
I don't think she handled it very well. We already had plans on moving up here, but I think it really destroyed her when she seen that I wasn't going to be around, you know, coaching her anymore. And her first year as an 8th grader, you know, me not being there coaching her and practicing with her, or even just being around. You know, it's not so much about basketball because, you know, she's always been around me, you know, no matter, even if we went to the mall or even we went to go buy hamburgers, you know, she was always there. So I think when I got into the accident and I wasn't around her, she started, you know, kind of, I want to say, she started venturing out to other people. And because she figured that I wasn't going to make a comeback, or I probably was through out of my life. And I think it really took a toll on her because she didn't know who to believe and who to trust. I think my accident really tore her apart because she, like you said, we always been together. Even when she was a baby, you know, you can look, you know, if we talked to her mother, she didn't want to go home. She wanted to stay right there with me the whole time.
What's the most important thing in your life?
Probably my dad.
Why?
Ever since I was little, he's always the main person that's always been there for me through thick and thin, no matter what. And he always makes sure I'm taken care of. Like, I always worked 2 jobs to make sure I had clothes on my back. So he always was just there for me, doing everything he can to make sure I had what I needed.
The trials that Alexis was faced with left her in a unique situation. Faced with 2 difficult options, she could either use this difficult situation as a tool for motivation or as a reason for defeat. As the Jones family relocated to Irving, Jones' name had been passed on to legendary coach Suzanne O'Schlegel of Irving's MacArthur High School.
I'd gotten word that you've got a very unique family that has moved to the district and a phenomenal basketball player, and I wanted to go down and see this kid. So that's how I went down to the middle school and watched him in the basketball game.
The relationship formed between O'Schlegel and the Jones family proved to be special. Alexis later learned she wouldn't be the only Jones consistently in the MacArthur gym. Eventually, David Jones rehabilitated himself to return to doing what he did best, and like any good coach, O'Schlegel seized his talents and the opportunity.
I felt like when I got to know Dave, and with his accident and knowing his background, that he had been working with the boys clubs and coaching girls and guys, and I felt like it was kind of a two-way street. We needed him to help our kids and he needed us. And it gave him an opportunity to work with our kids, and at the same time, it was helping our kids. It was developing our kids, and wow, I mean, what a gift, what a blessing. So that was an opportunity I could not pass up.
Alexis Jones is now a freshman at Duke University after leading MacArthur High School to 144 victories and a state championship during her high school career. But more than being a good athlete, she's an even better person.
She is a wonderful daughter that people will wish they would have had when growing up through her 18 years of being in my house.
I put myself in her shoes as an 8th grader, trying to go through that. It's been amazing to watch her develop and watch her grow as a young lady, and to just basically to mature into the young lady that she is. So talented, so gifted, does so well in the classroom, has such a unique relationship with all of our teachers and our staff, and but the way she handled that was probably unlike any other. I mean, I felt like she was called to do something, to do this, because the way it turned out was just, she could have just, threw her hands up and gone the other direction. But she chose to go the direction, she chose the right path, and to do what her dad would want her to do and what God would want her to do. And that was be strong and be courageous and be bold and to be the leader of the family.